Good morning, everyone. On behalf of City University, I, Apurva Project Officer, on behalf of City University, would like to invite today keynote speakers for today's session is Dr. DJ Singh, Miss Apurva, and Miss Ahana, ma'am. I should begin with Dr. DJ Singh, who is consulting psychologist, ex-dean and joint director, Punjab Police Academy, president International File, psychologist and association founder, director, behavioral services, and also visiting professor, psychology, City University. And I also would like to welcome Miss Anna Thakur, who is life skills counselor, who is another speaker for the session, is Miss Apurva, who is freelancer mindfulness coach based at Canada. They are going to deliver the session on the topic shaping future minds for future goals, some behavior tips for innovative startups. Without any further ado, I would like to hand over this session to Dr. DJ sir.
Thank you very much. And good morning to all of you. First of all, I congratulate all of you on the historic achievement of our great country, India on the moon.
Yes.
So I think this is the first Zoom meeting after India has landed on the moon. So I congratulate all of you.
Thank you,
And
Dr.
yeah, the topic of discussion for today is shaping future minds for future goals. But we are going to focus on the behavioral tips. Behavioral tips. Now, we have learned that all of you are highly innovative minds and you are focusing on your startup initiatives, and you plan to achieve much greater heights like India has achieved today, yesterday. So, therefore, when we focus on our future goals, dear students, whenever we focus on anything, there are certain important do's and don'ts to be kept in mind. This is extremely important. Like any challenge, any project, any goal cannot be achieved successfully till it is properly visualized. Number one. Number two, the proper process and techniques are identified to achieve it. And the most important thing is to prepare our minds to achieve that. Now, in your case, you are all working on your goals, professional goals. You are going to achieve great success in your life with regard to your profession, with regard to your career, and with regard to your economic and social well being. But when we discuss all these, this is extremely important that who is going to do that? Who is going to achieve it? Who is going to get benefited? It is the person himself. It is you who is going to be benefited. It is you who is going to achieve the goals. It is you who is going to face challenges. It is you who is going to merge effective and successful in every way. So, dear students, let us little minutely focus on what do I mean when I say behavioral aspects. So in the behavioral aspects, we are going to focus on broadly three visions. The first vision, which I am going to focus upon, is your mental abilities and challenges. The second vision, Dr. Anna Thakur, she is going to focus on life skills management for achieving best and effective future goals. And the third vision, which is going to be addressed by our third panelist, that is Madam Apurva, and she is now with us direct live from Canada. She will focus on the complete attention, focus. In other words, we say the mindfulness. And till we achieve all the three visions together, we won't be so crystal cut clear and effective in the approach. So, dear students, I expect all of you to keep your diary and pens ready with you. I know you will be listening, understanding, but at the same time, it is very important for all of you to take notes out of the interaction, which is going to be extremely useful when you revise it. So, presuming this, that all of you are ready with your diaries and pens, proceed further. And my first focus when I talk about mental abilities, when we talk about behavioral skills, when we talk about behavioral parameters, in order to prepare ourselves for future goals, the most important thing to be kept in mind is self clarity. This is the first thing. Till the time I am clear about myself, I cannot be effective in my life. Who am I? What are my strengths and what are my shortcomings? Like, for example, there are many students who are very brilliant, they are excellent, they are extremely hardworking as well, but they lack few things behaviorally, like they overspend on, talking to friends, overspend their time on watching unwanted videos, and they spend time, most of the time thinking, overthinking, all these things. So, therefore, everybody, everybody, maybe anybody, has certain strengths and has certain shortcomings. So, our prime duty is to find out about our own self. So, my first point, which I am highlighting, is it is the self awareness, which you can even note down. Self awareness is the first step towards achieving anything. Self awareness. And when I talk about self awareness, this means understanding my own self. Okay. And when I understand myself, I make an image of myself in the mind, which is called self image. Self awareness led to self understanding, and self understanding led to self image. And it is the self image which, which leads us to pass through different phases of life and stages. It is the self image which makes us upset. It is the self image which makes us happy and glorious. So, how effective the self image I carry within myself is my real achievement in life. And do you know that all leaders in the past, when I say leaders, the great leaders, the life leaders, the spiritual leaders, the gurus, the philosophers, the innovators who achieved heights in their lives, they are the ones who have advocated on this. Okay, dear human being, dear person, Try to understand your own self. Know yourself. You are running after the world. First of all, know yourself who is running. And often, often, I give this example of the deer. Deer in the jungle, deer is the most beautiful animal. Deer is the most, you know, fast running animal. But deer is the only animal which always weeps. उसकी आंखों में हर वक्त आंसू बहते रहते हैं. Why? Because he is not aware about his own abilities. He compares his small legs and small feet with the legs and feet of tiger, with the legs and feet of elephant. And he thinks that I am, I am at an inferior level. मेरी मेरी टांगे और मेरे पैर इतने छोटे छोटे से हैं और टाइगर के बड़े हैं और एलिफेंट के तो कमाल ही है, इतने बड़े हैं. God has done injustice to me, and the person remains upset for whole life. And this is the reason that he is not able to achieve his full efficiency in running, because he is disturbed in the mind, he's worrying in the mind, and he falls down or slows down the speed and is caught by the tiger. This is how he loses life. So, dear student, why I am giving this example of the deer to you especially? Because I know you are innovators. I've been told you are working on your startups. So definitely you have those abilities and strengths within yourself. But how do you compare it? How do you analyze it in relation to the world? And don't undermine your abilities. Try to understand your abilities in the right perspective. Don't focus only on your shortcomings. Focus on your strengths and improve the shortcomings. And prepare yourself for the future goals so effectively, so clearly that you will be able to call yourself an real achiever, a real achiever, a real innovator. So my first point was this. And second point, which I'm going to focus on, is your ability to handle challenges, your abilities to handle challenges, and level of patience which you carry. See, we know that no situation is without challenges. If the opportunities are there, challenges are definitely there. Most of the time we do this mistake that we always try to focus on opportunities, analyze it from our own gains point of view, and we get struck with the challenges. So when I talk about challenges, I focus on your inner abilities to handle it. The first step is to have the patience, not to get upset. We need to keep the mental balance intact. If we cannot maintain our balance in the mind, we will not be able to achieve anything. There will be no effectiveness. And this is what is happening everywhere. Lack of patience. With lack of patience, people are suffering so badly. They are fighting with the loved ones. They are weakening each other. Why? Because there is no patience. They just focus on the positive qualities of life. ये ऐसे होना चाहिए था, ऐसे होना, ऐसे सोचा था, लेकिन नहीं हो रहा. नहीं हो रहा means it is a small challenge that has to be dealt with very, very carefully and practically, not to be get upset and disturbed. So I know you are developing your mental ability, you are in the university. Daily you are attending classes, you are learning, you are enhancing your mental abilities and skills. But at the same time, it is equally important, which you may not, which may not be in your syllabus, and that is the patience. We have to learn the patience as well, how to tolerate, how to emerge victorious at the end of the day. And my third point, which I will specifically focus on, is all of us, all of us are self-centered. We always think from our own point of view. This is called self-centered approach. I perceive the world from my point of view. मुझे ये मिलना चाहिए, मेरे साथ ऐसे होना चाहिए, मैंने ये करना है. This is all what this is called self-centered approach. But dear young brains, innovative brains, listen very carefully what I'm going to speak next sentence. Listen it very carefully, very attentively. Develop wide-hearted approach and visions, which is beyond the self-centered approach. We have to be carrying the team spirit within us. We have to work as a team. And it is often said that Jamaat, Karamat, when we work as a coordinated team, Karamat hoti hai. Miracles happen, means success touches your feet. Why India could land on the moon was a teamwork, and it was so coordinated teamwork that we feel proud of ourselves. आज हम सारे वर्ल्ड में इस जज्बे से बात कर सकते हैं that we are the achievers because we worked in coordinated manner. Selfish नहीं थे हम, कोई भी टीम वाला selfish नहीं था. They were all working one coordinated like bricks. Bricks, if unite together, give birth to beautiful buildings. And my fourth point is that develop balanced and realistic approach. Be realistic in your visions. See, people are suffering due to overthinking. ये हो जाए, जब हो जाता है तो फिर आगे सोचना, ये हो जाए. With the result, they remain restless, they remain perturbed, they remain anxious. And when we remain in this state of mind, we remain irritated and we experience anxiety in the mind. And anxiety ruins our fruitfulness and well-being. So we have to be very careful in framing our expectations and goals. We have to be very realistic. When we think about startups, you need to be very, very positive about your own self and be realistic in your approach in order to achieve those anticipated goals. And I wanted to focus on this point, but no, since Dr. Anna is going to talk about life skills, I think she will definitely focus on the importance of punctuality in life. Definitely, because that's also a part of the life skills. So now I request Madam Dr. Anna to kindly share her views with regard to shaping the future mind for achieving future goals. Dr. Anna. Please unmute your mic in front of you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. DG. I was brought up to believe nothing is impossible in this world. Hello, everyone. Good morning to all of you. And it's an honor and pleasure for me to be here today. तो अपना लेक्चर स्टार्ट करने से पहले एक लाइन मेरे जहन में आ रही है डॉक्टर दुष्यंत की कि कौन कहता है आसमां में सुराख नहीं हो सकता, एक पत्थर को तबीयत से उछालो यारो।
बहुत अच्छी।
फ्रीडम, करेज एंड पैशन, ये 3 शब्द मेरे दिमाग में आते हैं जब कभी मैं किसी एंटरप्रेन्योर के बारे में सोचती हूँ, बिकॉज लाइफ इज टू शॉर्ट टू बी वर्किंग फॉर समवन एल्स ड्रीम। आप अपना खुद का बिजनेस खोलने के लिए बहुत सारी चीजों से इंस्पायर होते होंगे और हो सकते हैं, जैसे हो सकता है आपसे आपका बचपन का सपना हो कि आप अपना काम करेंगे, बड़े होके अपना बिजनेस करेंगे। हो सकता है आप चाहते हो आप किसी के अंडर ना काम करें, आप खुद बॉस बने और लोग आपके अंडर काम करें। और ये भी हो सकता है कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी के शब्दों से इंस्पायर होकर खुद का पकोड़े का स्टॉल खोल लें। सो एनीथिंग कैन बी पॉसिबल। तो रीजन कोई भी हो, आपके एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप या स्टार्टअप्स के लिए आपको 4-5 ऐसी बेसिक चीजें हैं जो बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है हमारे को अपने लाइफ में, तभी हम आगे प्रोग्रेस कर सकते हैं। जैसे बी प्रोएक्टिव, हमें अलर्ट रहना है। डोंट वेट फॉर थिंग्स टू हैपन, मेक देम हैपन। दिस मीन टेकिंग इनिशिएटिव, बीइंग असर्टिव एंड टेकिंग रिस्क। कभी भी रिस्क लेने से घबराइए मत। अपने जो भी सोचा है, सपने लिए हैं, उसको फुलफिल करने के लिए वेट मत कीजिए कि आपका समय आएगा तब करेंगे। आप खुद समय को अपने लिए बनाएंगे, बिकॉज यू आर द क्रिएटर ऑफ योर फ्यूचर। नोबडी इज गोइंग टू क्रिएट फॉर यू। ठीक है। तो दूसरा, बी परसिस्टेंट, लगातार लगे रहिए मुन्ना भाई की तरह। एक बार फेलियर हो या जो भी हो, लेकिन उसे घबराना नहीं है। आपने उस पे और वर्कआउट करना है और आपने देखना कि कहाँ क्या कमी रह गई है, उसको कैसे मैं निखार के और आगे बढ़ सकूं। इस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आप लगे रहना है, ताकि आप एक न एक दिन अपने गोल्स को अचीव जरूर करेंगे। द थर्ड पॉइंट इज बी पॉजिटिव। A positive attitude can a long way in startup. जब तक आपका पॉजिटिव वेव नहीं रहेगा, आप मोटिवेटेड नहीं रहेंगे अपने लाइफ में। तो चाहे जितनी मर्जी टफ सिचुएशन आए लाइफ में, आप हमेशा पॉजिटिवली उसको फेस कीजिए, तो आपको कोई भी सफलता कदम चूमने से पीछे नहीं रह जाएगी। यू विल बी सक्सेसफुल। बी ओपन टू फीडबैक। जैसे अभी डॉक्टर साहब ने कहा कि फीडबैक लाइफ में मिले तो उसको एक्सेप्ट कीजिए, क्योंकि जब तक आप फीडबैक को लेंगे नहीं अपने लाइफ में, तब तक आप ग्रो कैसे करेंगे, आप अपने आप को और कैसे निखार सकेंगे। ठीक है ना। जब आपको फीडबैक मिलेगा तो आप अपने प्रोडक्ट या अपने सर्विसेज को और ब्यूटीफुली एक्सपेंड कर पाएंगे। तो इसलिए फीडबैक जरूर लेते रहिए, इसको पॉजिटिवली लीजिए। फिर बी अ टीम प्लेयर। स्टार्टअप इज एफर्ट्स ऑफ टीम प्लेयर। स्टार्टअप आप अकेले नहीं, एक टीम वर्क होता है। तो इस टीम वर्क में आप क्रेडिट भी, सक्सेसफुलनेस जो है वो भी आप सभी आपस में सभी को अपने एक एक काउंटर पार्ट्स को उस क्रेडिट के साथ शेयर कीजिए। फिर लास्ट पॉइंट आता है बी पैशनेट। पैशनेट, जुनूनी। जब तक आपको अपने काम में जुनून नहीं है, ठीक है ना, मेक श्योर पैशनेट अबाउट योर प्रोडक्ट और सर्विस एंड दैट यू आर एक्साइटेड टू वर्क ऑन इट एवरी डेली बेसिस। ठीक है। तो पैशन होना बहुत जरूरी है। पर जैसे मैं आपको ये बोलना चाहूंगी कि कोई भी स्टार्टअप करने से पहले उसके फाउंडेशन के लिए हमें वर्कआउट करना पड़ता है। और उसका फाउंडेशन क्या है कि उसे हम हर एंगल से देखते हैं कि हमारे स्टार्टअप के लिए कोई पॉइंट हमारा वीक तो नहीं है, कहीं कोई कमी तो नहीं रह गई। उसी तरह लाइफ में आप सक्सेसफुल होने के लिए आपके जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोई इमारत बना रहे हैं तो उसका फाउंडेशन हम बहुत स्ट्रांग रखते हैं ताकि हमारी इमारत वर्षों वर्षांत तक चलते रहे। उसी तरह लाइफ में सक्सेसफुल होने के लिए आपको लाइफ स्किल एजुकेशन, जिसका कॉन्सेप्ट, उसकी नीड और उसकी इंपॉर्टेंस का पता होना बहुत जरूरी है। तो व्हाट इज लाइफ स्किल? लाइफ स्किल्स मीन्स जीवन को जीने का तरीका। ठीक है। लाइफ स्किल्स मीन्स, लाइफ स्किल्स का मतलब वो होता है जो सेट ऑफ एबिलिटी या नॉलेज का होना जो कोई भी इंडिविजुअल के लाइफ में किसी तरह का भी चैलेंजेस या जो भी सिचुएशन आता है जिसको आप पर्सनली और प्रोफेशनली कैसे हैंडल कर सके, ये आपको सिखाता है लाइफ स्किल एजुकेशन। जिसमें आप आपको लाइफ स्किल में सबसे ज्यादा आपके पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट के लिए लाइफ स्किल इसलिए जरूरी है क्योंकि उससे ही आपको पता चलता है अपनी टाइम मैनेजमेंट का, अपने स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट का, और हाउ टू हैंडल द रिलेशनशिप, ये भी बहुत जरूरी है। सोच समझकर फैसला लेना जीवन में, ये भी बहुत जरूरी है। और इससे भी ज्यादा जरूरी है यदि आप कभी जीवन में अपने कोई ऐसे हालात में फंस जाते हैं, चाहे वो यंग जनरेशन है, आप स्टूडेंट हैं, कभी कोई बैड रिलेशन हो, आपकी गर्लफ्रेंड या बॉयफ्रेंड के साथ कोई ब्रेकअप हो, या हो सकता है कोई आप बैड कंपनी में हैं जहां आपको लगता है कि नहीं, आई डोंट नीड दिस काइंड ऑफ कंपनी, तो उससे बाहर निकलने के लिए भी आपको ये स्किल आनी चाहिए कि कैसे मैं इन सब चीजों से बाहर निकलूं और मूव ऑन करूं। तो लाइफ इज, ये छोटा नहीं है, ये लाइफ के हर प्रोस्पेक्ट पे और हर एरिया पे यदि आपने सक्सेसफुल होना है तो लाइफ स्किल आपको जरूरत है ही। तो आज जैसे हमने ये देखा कि लाइफ स्किल है क्या, तो उसी तरह अब हम लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ लाइफ स्किल एंड रेंज ऑफ एबिलिटी। तो लाइफ स्किल का फर्स्ट क्या है? आपका पर्सनल स्किल। तो पर्सनल स्किल्स में क्या है? आपको अपने आप के बारे में जानना कि मैं, मेरे अंदर क्या क्वालिटीज हैं, मेरे अंदर क्या मेरी स्ट्रेंथ क्या है, मेरी वीकनेसेस क्या है, और मेरे अंदर कितनी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी है कि मैं हर माहौल में अपने आप को एडजस्ट कर सकूं। जैसे आपने देखा होगा कि जब आप स्कूल से कॉलेज में पहुंचते हैं तो कई स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो बड़े इजीली कॉलेज में अच्छे से फ्लरिश करते हैं, अपना पढ़ाई करते हैं, लेकिन कई बड़े होम सिकनेस हो जाते हैं और आगे बढ़ने में उनको हर चीज में प्रॉब्लम आ रही होती है। तो वो ये क्या है, ये आपका इमोशनल एबिलिटी है। इस पे भी आपको देखना चाहिए कि आप कैसे काम कर रहे हैं। तो इस चीज में तो आपको पर्सनल स्किल्स जो है वो भी हेल्प करता है कि आप अपने आप को कैसे ग्रो करना है और सेटबैक को कैसे इफेक्टिवली क्रॉस करके आगे बढ़ना है। फिर आ जाता है इंटरपर्सनल स्किल, जिसमें आपको अपने कम्युनिकेशन लेवल, अब आपने देखा होगा कि कई लोग अपने बात को कितने अच्छे से प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं। जैसे अभी डॉक्टर डीजे एग्जाम्पल है हमारे सामने, आदरणीय, वो बहुत अच्छे से, वो उनके एक एक लफ्ज में ऐसे लगता है जैसे आसमान की गहराई या ऊंचाई जितनी मर्जी उड़ान भर लो और जितना मर्जी लूट लो, वो वाला हिसाब है। तो उसी तरह आपको आपकी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल इतना इफेक्टिव होना चाहिए कि सामने वाला आपसे इम्प्रेस हो सके ताकि कल को नए स्टार्टअप्स में आप जाते हैं तो आपको सामने वाला देख के ये ना लगे कि इसको तो वो ज्ञान ही नहीं है, ये क्या करेगा, अंडर एस्टिमेट ना कर सके। ठीक है। तो आपको इस चीज पे वर्कआउट करना चाहिए। और एम्पैथी, एम्पैथी मीन्स आपको ये होना चाहिए कि आप दूसरे के शूज में अपने आप को रखकर देखें कि आप कैसे उसकी जगह पे होते तो क्या करते, कैसे सोचते। ठीक है। तो लाइफ स्किल में कई चीजें हैं, जैसे क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग, आपके कैसे आप चीजों को जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही है उसको हैंडल कर रहे हैं और उसको कैसे, अपनी डिसीजन मेकिंग है उस पर कैसे फोकस कर रहे हैं, अपना टाइम टेबल कैसे बना रहे हैं। लाइफ स्किल तो जीवन के हर एंगल्स को टच करता है, क्योंकि सक्सेसफुल होना है तो लाइफ स्किल एजुकेशन आपके पास होना बहुत जरूरी है, जिसमें आप अपने हर एस्पेक्ट्स और हर एंगल्स पे वर्कआउट कर सके। ये खाली मेंटल लेवल को ही नहीं, फिजिकल लेवल पे भी आपको उतना ही एक्टिवली आपको वॉच आउट करना पड़ेगा कि आप टाइम पे खाना खा रहे हैं, आप टाइम पे सो रहे हैं, और आप टाइम टू टाइम आप वाटर इनटेक कर रहे हैं। क्योंकि आप इस सब चीजों का बैलेंस नहीं रखेंगे तो आप कुछ भी चीज अचीव नहीं करेंगे। तो इसलिए लाइफ स्किल में ये सब चीजें तो हैं ही, साथ में आप में एडॉप्टेबिलिटी, रिजिलियंस, मौके के हिसाब से, समय के हिसाब से आप में एडॉप्टेबिलिटी होनी चाहिए। जब, क्योंकि लाइफ इज ए चेंज, लाइफ का मतलब ही चेंज है। तो चेंजेस जब आए आपके लाइफ में तो घबराना नहीं है, बल्कि उसको कैसे एक्सेप्ट करना है ये आपको आना चाहिए। और साथ ही साथ आपको ये भी होना चाहिए कि मैं कितना फ्लेक्सिबल हो सकूं। क्योंकि आप सोचें कि आप अकड़ के चले और अकड़ के ही हर चीज का डिसीजन लेंगे तो कभी नहीं अचीव कर पाएंगे। आपको कई बार समय के हिसाब से झुकना भी पड़ता है, तो कई बार खड़े होना भी पड़ता है और अपनी आवाज, अपने पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू के लिए स्टैंड भी लेना पड़ता है। तो ये सारी चीजें हैं जिसको हमने अपने मद्देनजर रख के करना है। लेकिन मैं अपना ये जो टॉक है इसको कंक्लूड करने से पहले मैं एक ही बात कहूंगी कि कीप कीप ऑन वर्किंग ऑन योरसेल्फ, okay? Because life is not about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself. जैसे हमारे पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री श्री अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी ने कहा था कि कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती। सो गाइस, हैव करेज टू परस्यू योर ड्रीम्स। गुड लक, हैव अ गुड डे, थैंक यू सो मच। एंड आई
That was
थिंक
beautiful.
it's over to Apurva. Thank you, Apurva and Dr.
Thank you so much. Before I start, I do want to let everybody know that I feel extremely successful in my life today because I actually get to share a platform with my own mother, the woman who raised me and made me who I am today. So I am really thrilled for that. And good morning, everybody. My name is Apurva. I am extremely thrilled to be speaking with all the brilliant minds that are listening to me today. I'm very grateful for your time. I know we don't enjoy listening to people and especially getting advices of what we should be doing in life. And I am not here to tell you any of that, but I am going to share with you the most beautiful art of mindfulness. Now, the reason I started my talk by saying I feel successful and that I do have this joy on my face, which is pretty evident, is because I have personally cultivated the art of mindfulness in my life very deeply, and I've had some extremely positive outcomes because of that come to me. Now, what is mindfulness? You know, I'm talking about this thing, but what is it? Let me simplify it for you. Of course, there's so much knowledge available on internet these days, but as I am the one speaking to you right now, let me tell you how I understand mindfulness. It's basically when you bring your attention to the present moment, to your thoughts, to your actions, but you do that in a totally non judgmental and a very neutral manner. Like you don't start giving meanings to stuff or you start giving an interpretation to something. You just stay there and you observe and you bring your attention to that moment. Now, why is mindfulness beneficial in life in general? You know, I'm not even talking about how it will be beneficial in your startup avenue. I'm just talking normally for your parents, grandparents, everybody. This mindfulness is beneficial because as human beings, you know, we really clutter our minds each day. We clutter it with all our to-do lists and all those dreams we want to achieve in the future and, you know, some of the things we still dwell upon from the past. So our minds are really cluttered with bunch of thoughts. And mindfulness, what it does is it declutters your mind. It simplifies those bunch of unnecessary thoughts, filters them, and brings it to the thoughts that are actually meaningful and helpful to you to get you through with the present moment and make something creative and productive happen for your future. And the reason mindfulness is important in everyone's life is because if we do not filter our thoughts, you know, those things start to reflect in our life in terms of stress. We are tired all the time. We are irritable, when somebody cuts you in the traffic jam, and that's it. Your whole day goes all the way down because that was all it could take to, get that overwhelmed feeling inside of you to a next level. So that's pretty much what the benefits of mindfulness are. Now, let's talk about why do you need mindfulness for your business startup? But I'll give you a very nice example before I do that. I will be keeping the person anonymous, but it's a true story of this girl who was very overwhelmed and frustrated with her life. She was a bit unhappy, unsatisfied, but mind you, she had everything. And in fact, the reason for her frustration was because she had everything the world teaches you makes you successful and happy in life. She had a lot of money. She had a great career. She was even married in a very beautiful family, and she had pretty much everything working out for her. But deep, deep within, she was struggling with this feeling of dissatisfaction. So one day she had a mental breakdown. Everything, the whole building that she'd built in her life, of her mind, everything shattered down. And she realized that everything she'd been putting her energy into so far wasn't quite exactly what was going to give her that exact joy which she was so deeply seeking in her life. I mean, even you out there that are listening to me right now, yes, you're going to go out there to start a business. You're going to probably make it a good business, or you'll make it an extremely good business, or you'll make it a history. That totally depends on your journey and your efforts. But at the end of the day, you're doing it to be happy, so that you can go to bed every night feeling happy. And so she realized that what she was doing so far was not working. So she went to a bookstore, bought a bunch of autobiographies, and read about that. But basically, what happened that day in that person's life was that that person learned how to be mindful, how to connect with themselves. And they learned that seeking happiness and joy from materials, people, even goals, you will have a goal, but the moment you reach it, you will again be dissatisfied, and you might keep building more and more goals for yourself. But mindfulness teaches us to feel content, to feel happy, and to feel satisfied right where you are, because it teaches you how to connect with that present moment. So that was a quick example. But why do you need mindfulness? First things is it will help you get more clarity with your goals. You're in the university together. All of you are probably being taught how to develop the same skills. But because we're all so unique, how each individual is called an individual and we're not always referred to as like a mass, is because we have all these unique talents within ourselves. And so goal clarity is important because no matter how many skills collectively you learn, you're going to branch out of here creating a totally different dream for your own self. So mindfulness will help you get clarity on exactly what that dream is for you, not for your friend or not for an entrepreneur that you truly look up to, but what is it for you? So that goal clarity is what you get from mindfulness. Another thing is mindfulness will prepare you to face challenges and failures in your journey. Because let's say you have a business idea today. Now, to put that idea and bring that into a physical reality takes a journey, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure you're aware of that, and you're not too delusional that you just think it and it happens. Now, while you set out to make it happen in physical reality, we come across so many challenges, so many failures. You're going to have so many people tell you 100 ways how you cannot achieve your dreams, how it's not possible, how that's not going to be all right. And sometimes just your plans are not going to fall properly in place as you expected it to, somebody is going to be sick or something's going to fall off. So mindfulness, the art of mindfulness in your life keeps you in a place where you're ready to face those challenges and failures in your journey, and not have them become your biggest setback or something that pushes you all the way back, that you stop following your dreams anymore. Mindfulness teaches you to face those challenges, learn from it, grow from it, and keep going in your journey. Another thing mindfulness teaches you is to appreciate your journey. Now, again, don't get too focused on what you want your life to look like, or let's say you have some kind of a stage, imagined in your mind where you want to see yourself, which is great. You'll actually be there as well. But the thing is, we often forget to appreciate the journey we're on. That's why today, if you see, there's so many big entrepreneurs who've made it big in the business world, but they are going out and seeking child counseling for their children. They're going and seeking marriage counseling for their marriages. They are even seeking personal therapy because they don't feel happy at the end of the day. So be mindful. Being mindful lets you appreciate your journey, the journey you're on to getting those dreams, and appreciating the whole journey, and not just being focused on one point to another. And now let's talk about how you can practice it, because I'm pretty sure there's some positive effects of mindfulness that I have conveyed to you so far, and I'm pretty sure some of you must be wondering, yeah, that is great, but how do I do it? So, first thing to practice mindfulness is sit with your unique self. Now, I can also say meditate, but I like to say sit with your unique self, because meditation is quite an intimidating term. People often think that you have to sit down and kind of zone out in a place in your mind, which is this unknown place. It's none of that. Meditation basically means sitting with your current energy, and again in a non-judgmental and a neutral way, and then just observing our feelings, our thoughts, and then realizing the essence of it and silencing our mind, and then just allowing life's magic to surround us. Now, the second way to, and it really correlates with the meditation part of practicing mindfulness, but the second way to practice it is to pay attention to your breath. Now, I'm sure as you're listening to me, even, you know how we're all breathing, of course, that's why we're all alive. But ask yourself this: when was the last time you even paid any attention to your breath? Like, take a quick second and take a deep breath with me. Give 2 seconds. Take a deep breath. Again, take a deep breath with me. Breathing and attention, bringing your attention to your breath, is a great way to be mindful in your life. We often build this whole circus in our minds of like things we think we could have or should have done in our past, or the things we surely want to see happen in our future, but we totally forget to pay attention to the present moment, which is actually all our past and the future. If you miss out on it, it becomes your past, and if of course you're not living it, it is actually the future you're missing out on, which keeps becoming past. So breathing is another way of being in present moment. Bring your attention, breathe in, breathe out, let your thoughts come, let them flow. Don't have any attachment to it. Observe them and just keep paying attention to your breath, and you will definitely reach a place where you will feel absolute mindfulness in the present moment. And now my third and the last step to practice mindfulness, and this is a very important one. We're always surrounded, since we're born, we're surrounded with our family. Then we go to universities, we have all these friend circles, then we have partners, then we have kids, and it just keeps going on and on and on. We're social animals, so being a human being, we're often surrounded by other people. But in that process, we forget to spend time with ourselves. So the third step to practicing mindfulness every day is take out at least 30 minutes to 1 hour for yourself and give that to yourself. I personally like to distribute that time in the moment that I wake up and the moment before I go to bed. So if, let's say, I have 30 minutes on my hand that I know I will be able to give to myself, I will take 15 minutes after I wake up just to meditate, just to ground myself, and just sit silently, not wanting to think anything, not wanting to plan anything, but just being there with my energy. And then I do the same thing before I go to bed. So do those practices and you will definitely see a lot of calmness in your daily routine, a lot of awareness of exactly how you're feeling, and then you will have a lot more clarity in where you are right now and where you're headed in your journey. um, I have, I can go on and on and on mindfulness. Honestly, it brings me immense joy to even be able to share the art of mindfulness with people, because I can tell you from my personal experience that my school taught me everything. My parents taught me so many things, but somehow no one taught me how to be happy in life. So mindfulness did that for me. And I am very happy that I got to that I got to share my wisdom and my knowledge with everybody who is going to shape our world tomorrow, who is going to shape our society tomorrow. So I hope you were able to get some meaningful tips and tricks for your daily life from the wisdom that I had to share with you. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Dr. DJ. And Anna Singh, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be on the same platform as both of you.
So the question I got from one of the student, I just want to answer that time management is a crucial skill for any professional, but especially for those who work on creative tasks. Creative work often requires flexibility, inspiration, and experimentation, which can pose some unique challenges for managing time effectively. So this is the answer for those who asked me this. So I'm very glad that we got this opportunity to interact with the students. And Dr. DJ, I think this is the time to conclude our talk. So I will ask you and request you to please take over the charge and conclude this session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to everyone. God bless you.
Ma'am, one is another question from the student side, that how can we prioritize dedicating time to creative thinking?
For that, dedicating time, time is all about your own time. You have to manage. You have to make a timetable. That's why we always prefer and we always emphasize on this thing, that any student who wants to rise in his life, he has to make some discipline. See, the whole universe is going under the discipline. If they go out of the orbit, they will just destroy the whole universe. The same thing, the student has to be follow the timetable, and according to the timetable only he will excel in his whatever he has planned and whatever he has set up the goals in his life. So this is all in his hand. He has to make the planning, and he has to divide the things, timing, like how he's going to perceive it. So this is what I feel.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much, Apurva.
Okay. And sir, DJ sir, now the question is for you. I'm not able to see the question right now. What was the question? The question is, how can startup teams effectively analyze failures without demoralizing the team? Sir, kindly unmute yourself.
Mic is
So sorry. Um, so this is a beautiful question. Uh, how teams effectively analyze failures without demoralizing the team? Uh, Another question: diversifying
How
diversity in
diversity in
teams
term
of
how is
background,
first
experience,
yes.
and perspective can lead to more innovative solutions. Okay. Look, these are very basic queries coming to the mind of the students. These are very, very basic things. Well, dear students, always, if- not only while working on the project or the team, you need to be positive, as Madam Apurva has rightly pointed out, but you have to be positive in everyday conversation. Whenever we are talking to our fellow beings, we are talking with dignity, respect, and courtesy. We have to follow certain basic values while we interact with others, and specifically when with our team members. If I am important, my team is equally important. This is the perspective to be kept in mind. अगर उस सिचुएशन में टीम में मैं अपने आप को तो लीडर समझने लग पड़ूं, दैट आई एम लीडर, I am more learned, more knowledgeable, whatever it is. So this means I am discriminating myself from the team. This is the injustice I am doing to myself at number one. But if I carry the perspective in the mind that team member is my team, they are my member, they hold equal responsibility, they hold same level of visions, so they will never get demoralized. They will always remain in high spirits. They will, and moreover, let us suppose if some failure takes place. Do you remember the failure of Chandrayaan 2? And
Yes.
what happened at that time? The Prime Minister, though he was emotional, he went there to hug the director and gave him emotional strength. This is how we stop getting demoralized our team members.
Wow,
We
that's
have
a very
to,
beautiful example.
yeah, we have to support them. We have to encourage them so that if one obstacle is there, we have to cross it over and go to the next phase. So be positive and be very realistic and be appreciative of others' good work. Okay? Any other question by any other student? You're most welcome. We appreciate your visions. Wonderful. I wish we could see all of you, but we are not able to see your faces.
Students, any other questions from your side?
So don't worry if there is no question to be asked to us. Please put question to yourself. मैं आपको एक suggestion देता हूँ that please put question to your own self, that am I doing justice to my life? Am I doing justice to my goals, my future goals? Am I preparing myself effectively to deal with the challenges? And if not, I must start from today onwards. This is very important. This is very important to develop our minds and proceed in the right direction. I think there is a question to
Apurva.
Apurva, Madam Apurva.
Yes, I was actually reading that, but my question is, how can foundness and teams cultivate this mindset effectively?
This question is not so clear.
Yeah, that's what I was exactly. That's
What
why
is
I was reading.
fondness? Can you ask the
Yes.
student what the student means by this? How can fondness? What is fondness? Madam Purva, can we ask Sadhana to please briefly speak
Uh,
it out, unmute her phone, mic
Ma'am,
and speak out
yes.
this and explain it?
Ma'am, I just want to clear the questions. The question is,
Yeah.
how can founders and teams cultivate this mindset effectively?
Okay. How can founders and teams cultivate this? So, if we're talking about cultivating mindfulness, then the practices are basic for everybody. As a team together, we can we can all make our work environments a little more mindful. In our professional world, we often get too goal oriented, like there's so much stress in our work environments. As a team, we just get focused on getting work done. But when we are mindful and there's this practice of mindfulness within our team, we are more considerate and we're more giving towards our team. And like Dr. DJ was talking earlier, and everything gets so connected with each other ultimately. We can't be running a successful or even a mindful business without having it a vision of a broader perspective, and just keeping it self-centered does not work. So same for the team environment, like practicing mindfulness for yourself, but also in the team, being mindful of knowing that, okay, the person is not just somebody delivering a goal to you. That person has a family that they go back to, they have their own life, they have their own mental health that they need to look after. So keeping all those things in mind is exactly how you can make your team stronger, and you can just practice mindfulness within it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you
Any
so
other
much, ma'am.
question, please?
Any another question?
So, Purva, we are extremely grateful to the CT University for allowing us this opportunity to talk to young brains, the creative brains who are working on startups. And I am especially grateful to Apurva, you yourself, because it is you who interacted with us that day. You inspired us
Yeah.
uh, to get this opportunity to interact with the students. I am extremely grateful to the university and all of you, especially the students. You know, we tried to focus little bit on the behavioral parameters, but more effectively, you can do it yourself. Our effort was to just focus your mind on these issues on which you can elaborate yourself in a very effective manner in your mind, because ultimately it is the mind which is responsible for any achievement or failure in every situation of life, not only innovative or startup, even in daily life situations. You have to understand your mind, You have to understand your visions. You have to redefine it according to the new challenges, new situations, and especially while dealing with the behavioral challenges, while dealing with situational challenges, while dealing with intellectual challenges, and I would like to add while dealing with spiritual challenges as well, because values and character and our ethical parameters are extremely important in life. Thank you so very much once again. And anything, Apurva, you would like to say?
Thank you so much for having us. Yes, I really want to thank everybody for having us here today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, even I want to say thank you so much for having us here. And it was a wonderful time. We interacted with you. And I heard Dr. DJ and Apurva Kathyal, your like wide vision and everything, wisdom. It was so impressive. And thank you so much, Apurva. That day
Thank
you.
you so much, ma'am.
So it was a nice interaction. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And thank you so much, DJ sir, Ahana ma'am, and Apurva ma'am. The depth of knowledge you shared along the practical examples you provided to our students. And thank you once again for gracing us with your expertise and delivering such an impactful session. And I also wanted to acknowledge your willingness to engage our students in the QA session. And thank you so much for sparing your valuable time for our students. I request IT team to please share the word of appreciation for Dr. DJ Singh, Ahana ma'am, and Miss Apurva ma'am too. Sir, this is small token of love on behalf
Oh,
of City
thank you.
University.
Thank you so
We
very much.
thank you for sparing your valuable time for our students. I'll be sharing this certificate with the three of you via email too.
Thank you so very much. I'm so grateful. Thank you very much.
Ahana ma'am, this certificate is represents to you, and thank you so much to you also for gracing our event and to be a speaker. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Apurva.
And thank you so much, Miss Apurva ma'am, for your wonderful sights on our skills and for a meditation and for spiritualism journey. Thank you so much, ma'am. This is the certificate represent to you.
So very much. Your time was my biggest certificate. Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. And I'll be sharing these certificates with you in a short while after 10 minutes, and you'll got this certificate via email. Thank you.
Thank you very
Have a
much. Bye
wonderful
bye,
day.
all
Thank
of
you very
you.
much.
Good luck. Happy time.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, ma'am.